Okay, we're live. I think we're live. That's it. Coffee with Her. That's the name of the show. That's the name of the experience. It's the name of the podcast. And we welcome you. There we go. The lights were adjusting. The camera was dialing in the iris or whatever it is that was going. And we are here. Good morning. Good morning, Pop. Jimmy Dean is in the house. Man, I could use a Jimmy Dean today. Hello to you joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, we got who else is coming on here? So we're live on YouTube. And there we go. Let's see. We got other people coming. Okay, we're seen and heard. Okay. That's what we needed to know. Greetings to you. Greetings to yours. It's a glorious, wonderful day. If you're on this morning, no matter where you're seeing us at, let us know in the comments. There we go. Terry Stewart, good morning to you. Love to you on this very happy day. It's a good day.
It's a great day.
It is a great day.
It's an early day.
Yeah, it is an early day.
The kids were gone this weekend, so we kind of had, even though we stayed in town, it was kind of like an out-of-town, like
in town, yeah.
In town, out of town, and I feel like, man, I have to get up early today.
Yeah, we did. We were irresponsible. So good morning, Renee. Good morning to all of you who are on. We were responsibly irresponsible, and that was nice. Yeah, a staycation, as it were. Who else do we have on? Ty, good morning to you. Good morning to your family. Gosh, the baby's growing.
Yeah. I want to say 2, but time is like, so I know he had a birthday recently in the past, like month or 2 or so.
Birthday.
Time just
to you and Rich and everybody. So yes, time does just blend. Okay, well, welcome to, as it were, Coffee with Her, our final episode today. And today's coffee is brought to you by Peters. And Peters, is that going to get a... There it is, pancakes and waffles, a breakfast to crow about in Cherokee, North Carolina. And Peters is a spot we've been going to for a long time. You think it's over? It's
I don't. Did we go when we still lived in Jack's?
We may have.
No, I think it was like when we came here, the distance wasn't as far.
Hello, Michael Bell family. Greetings to you.
Peters is just a great little spot in North Carolina. It's along the river, and it's just a breakfast spot. But we like to go sit and look at the river before or after we go. And
Peters is cool. Good food. It's a hole in the wall. It's a little spot, but it's always packed, and we've been going there for a long time. What's so funny?
Because I think you said it's brought to you by, and now we're like talking.
Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is sponsored by Peters. You don't know that. Okay, so
it'd be really cool if we could.
Baby,
it'd be really cool.
Listen, we'd be up there every week. We'd be up there. Well, you just heard about the guy who rides his skateboard or whatever, got that $100,000 deal. From RAL Tacos. Okay, good morning and greetings. It's going to be a powerful time today. Welcoming you to our podcast. And again, don't be afraid to share and to let people know we're on today. We are early, but this is episode 6. This is our season finale. It's just been wonderful. It's been wonderful to be here with you and to share this with you. And we're going to follow our traditional format. Each of us, good morning from California. All right, now we can officially start. Spokane. I always think West Coast. You watch TV. There's only the liberal Democrats in New York and the scumbag liberals in California. That's all that exists. And so when I see the West Coast,
anything on the West Coast,
anything West
California.
Coast, just the evil of the West Coast. Anyway, Spokane. Sorry, it's like I'm on Spokane. Isn't that what Eric Clapton sang about? Spokane. I'm pretty sure that was the lyric.
I can tell you are sleepy.
I am sleepy.
Not sleepy, tired. Because when you get like this, you get silly. So it's going to be an interesting session.
I need some Spokane. Just a spot, just a bump of Spokane.
We probably look so tired. I'm like,
okay. So the format is pretty simple. We, in some combination, one or the other, share something that they've never shared. in some combination, one or the other, we inquire something that we've never inquired. It's all about our inner journey. And then we take any questions that you have, which, as always, you can write to us at contact@michaelandconnie.com, Connie B. Check it, or you can just put them here in the chat. We always try to answer those. And then lastly, the most important part is we bless each other. Connie and I do not begin a day. We do not greet a day unless we've blessed each other. And this will be episode 6, and we have blessed each other. Not on episode 5. That was strange.
No, because that
each
was
one of the
at
mornings.
night.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go all day without blessing you. But anyway, okay. So who's starting with what?
I'm going to let you start today because I feel like last week I had my question, share question thing. So
here's my share. Maybe I'm just emotional because I'm older, or maybe I'm just emotional because the world is just rough and tough right now. Interesting thing. You remember when I had my surgery a couple of years ago that they did on my head, you know?
Oh, yes.
And you remember the doctor, the doctor was like, I mean.
Are you talking about the first one you went to? Oh, go on. I'll let you tell the story.
The doctor was like, well, I had a surgery, and then they were like, yeah, this will totally fix it. And then it didn't fix it. So I went to someone else, and they said, well, that person's an idiot. This is what this is. And then they cut me open. They're like, oh, we were wrong. That's not what it was. Sorry. The other guy was right. And I'm thinking, well, now I'm going to go. Then I went back to the first lady, and she was like, I think I see what we need to do. We need to drill down to your soul. And when we get to your soul level, we'll be able to solve this. And so they solved it, and wonderful, and people, and blah, 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 blah. And as I was leaving, I said, what should I expect? They said, nothing. You just go about your life, you know. They said you may see some swelling, you may see some swelling. But,
oh, my gosh. I just remembered.
Yeah, you may see some swelling, but it won't be too bad. 2 days later, I woke up, and I'm not going to show you the picture because it's so horrifying. 2 days later, I woke up. You know Chunk from Goonies. I mean, Sloth. Yeah, sorry, not Chunk. My whole face, my eyes.
It was pretty rough. Like I was shocked.
Like I had been just pounded, like in Raging Bull afterwards. Just like, you know, the. So you know all this. Yes. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And do you know that it started swelling and then continued swelling, and then on like that third day,
I don't even think you could open your eyes. It was so. Okay.
And no, that's the part. I was thinking this past week about our podcast, and I don't know if I ever shared with you the horror of when I could not see.
Makes me want to cry.
I'm trying to tell you. And it was a it was, first of all, what's going on with my face. And you know, you read all the Wiki Health and all this other stuff, which is, you know, it's good or not good. You have to take charge of your own health care. But at the same time, you don't want to, you know, just completely lose yourself in, okay. The horror of not being able to see. It was instant panic. You were not around. I don't know where you were, but I could not see. I could not open my eyes. I could not peel my eyes open. And I was in complete blackness. And I started to have a panic attack. And I couldn't breathe. And it was interesting because my thinker was telling me, this is just a swelling, you will be fine. But it was like my feeler was running faster than my thinker could grab its shirt and say, get yourself together. And it began to go more and more and more. And I remember just feeling around and saying, okay, Mike, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay. And it was like elephants on my chest. Horror of, oh my God, what if I cannot see. The point of that is, I don't know if I've ever shared all this with you. I remember Pastor Dollar saying when he had the COVID complication, the cancer flare up, and the shingles at the same time. And he said he just wept, his body racked in excruciating pain. And this is not private information. This is public. He shared it publicly and everything like that. And he said all he could do was say, God, when I am out of this, I will never, not even minimize, I will never again just hear about someone in pain and just say, yeah, well, that's a thing. He said it marked him that when someone says, and I'm telling you, that event marked me. The people who either never have certain function or whatever, or the people who are in sudden onset deprivation of limbs, of arms, of function, of the constricting, boa constricting, catch your breath pressure of your brain trying to tell you you're okay, but the panic of what do you mean I'm okay? It has marked me from that day to this, and I have not looked at the world the same way since.
It's a very, I mean, there's like 3 or 4 things to say in that. First of all, that panic of what is going on, will this ever change, and I think those kinds of things do mark us. Mm-hmm. I would say there's even lesser degrees of that. Mm-hmm. You had suffered with a lot of sinus headaches and pressure and things like that. I don't get headaches that often, but I've had a headache or two that's like, oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. And if that is any degree of what you experience, which I'm assuming it's far greater than the one that I had, it does make you have compassion and just pause and, just you look at it differently. Sometimes someone can stub their toe or something.
Yeah,
I know.
or hurt themselves while they're washing the car. Yeah,
but you think something that takes your breath away for a second.
Yeah,
and sometimes you look at someone and you're like, get it together. But you know what that feels, and if you could just put yourself in that place, because you know what that feels like when you drop something on your foot or whatever, and it takes your breath away. Mm-hmm. That is a good way to live in a lot of ways.
No, keep going. No,
I mean, you can take that and stretch that across so many different things to be. Wow. I mean, like that little emoji where the head is blowing up. That's what's happening to me right now.
So I'm under a lot of fire for people say I'm changing
your thoughts.
I'm changing the definition of Christianity. No, I'm returning the definition of Christianity to its proper place. Whoever handed Christianity to you and I made it this kind of false, nonsensical, Jesus is going to destroy everybody, but Jesus is willing to sacrifice himself and accept his own sacrifice and say, fine, I'll sacrifice me for me so that I don't have to open up a can of whoop on people that I really don't want to open. But I'm going to tell you what, if people don't treat what I did right, then I'm really going to open up the can of whoop on it. And if you believe that, that's what makes you a Christian. And the 7 layers of hellish evil that can exist in, I believe this, that makes me a Christian. So it doesn't matter what I do to anybody else. You can believe that. And everything else can exist underneath it. But if your understanding of Christianity is to live in the world as though its pain, its sickness, its suffering is your own, and to enter that suffering and to feel that frailty as though it's your own, and to approach and to ease it as you would wish someone to ease your own. That is what it means to be a believer in Christ. 7 layers of evil aren't compatible with that definition of Christianity. Like they are with, well, if you believe Jesus died for you, that makes you a Christian. Jesus did not die to get anybody. Jesus didn't shed his blood to offer himself his blood to convince himself to not harm the people. No. Jesus was killed because he suggested that all this sacrificial temples that depended on offerings to assuage the wrath of God and to bless the nation, he said those are nonsense. People who are telling you to do that are nonsense. The only true religion is not vertical. It's loving other people. And the protectors of that sacrificial system that says you got to come here to bring something to get. Jesus says, I am God. When you've seen me, you've seen God. Do you think I'm at all upset about who's over here fornicating or who's sleep? He said, has that ever bothered me ever? And we took that man's murder, called it a blood atoning sacrifice, and told the whole world, God will send you to the happy place if you sign up. But everybody that doesn't sign up, he's going to get them. And the evil that can exist when you say, I signed up, your whole life can be wretched. But when you say, I follow him in going about and using all of my power moreness on behalf of the powerless, and that little bit fractional suffering that I went through. Or you talk about the migraines or the headaches. When we counter suffering, we ought not counter suffering and just go, phew, I survived. Thank God you survived. But you should encounter suffering and go, wow, if this is what my teaspoon feels like, what must it be to swim in an ocean of this every moment of every day? And that is the work of the Holy Spirit. That is the work of Christ.
First of all, I was sitting here thinking when you were talking, people say...
And somebody says, well, if he didn't die for our sins, then how are we going to get forgiven? The answer and the question are wrong. Both of them are wrong. Please go ahead.
A couple of... You just sparked so much. I was sitting here listening to you, and, we get a lot of flack for what we've been teaching and whatnot, or people, what has happened to you. And I can't go back. We've talked about this. I can't see life differently. I can't. And it sounds so simplistic, elementary to say love is it, and everything springs out of love. And people say, of course it does. But it's just a shift in perspective. You're talking about suffering, or, if you can relate in a small way. We had, and I'm not going to get into it, and we may have talked, we had a situation where a parent of one of Mikey's friends came to us and really just kind of blasted us on, what we're teaching and blah, blah, blah. And at the moment, I felt so
This
alone.
is big. I know what you're going to say.
I felt so persecuted, but ostracized, like
shamed, humiliated,
And I thought about people who stand up for something, or maybe even, people who the world looks at. It could be a minority. It could be a minority in any way, racial, sexual, all of those.
Any person on the fringe,
Even economic. And you've talked about this. I think it was on one of these podcasts. You were talking about weight and how people look at you differently.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
But anything like that, where people look at you or ostracize you or shame you, in that moment, I felt so alone, in the sense of this person just blasted us. And like you say, shame. And it took us a minute. It was kind of like you get
reeling,
hit.
yeah.
Yeah, like a wave comes over you and hits you, and you go under the water and you find your footing, and you're like, okay. And I think more than anything, that incident said, I can't go back to that, because it was the very thing that I felt like, because it was because of our religious teaching and whatnot, or spiritual, that I would never want anyone to feel that way by something I said.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So the idea is that you get to God by love and by suffering. When you're touched by love, the love of a dog, the love of a parent, the love of a child, the love, romantic love, that puts you in contact with God. Or suffering, when you go through trial, it puts you in contact with God. I don't know if I ascribe to that entirely, because I really think it's all love.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think suffering connects us to God. I think suffering connects us to love. And that when we suffer, our defenses, our divisions, all those drop, because what we're looking for is connection. What we're looking for is someone in it with us. And so if through our own suffering, you can have a hug from a complete stranger just melt you, and you feel God's presence there. Did you feel God's presence because of the suffering, or how the suffering opened you to love in a way that you weren't open to? But if you can seat yourselves in your soul in that suffering, you may not even be going through the suffering, but if your life is consideration of the suffering, then you just walk through life more open to connect and to everything else. Amen. Good morning, John Quill. I love your name, Lover of All. That's awesome. Renee, thank you for that. Thank you all for the love. I hope you're getting something from what we're saying. There's some deep things. Okay, so that's my first share. Okay.
So my share. I may have said this, but not shared this in this way, and it got me just thinking about things. Again, I told you this at the beginning of the podcast, or even before it. We talk all the time. We share so much. And to try and find something that I feel like I haven't shared with you, it's like I feel like I've shared everything. But we're going to be together a long time. We have a lot of years still left. So, and sometimes things come out organically, that you realize.
With you, they come out multi-organically.
Come on, that was last week. Okay. So I was thinking about, that I have things I need to work on. I know people don't realize this. No. I lose it. And it goes back to Eyes Wide Open. You knew this before
I did.
We got married. I lose stuff. Flat surfaces, you tell me, if there's a flat surface, I'm going to find a way to fill it
Pile
up.
it up.
I'm going to stop. I'm not listening to you. Anyways, I'm not talking about those kinds of things.
I left my water back there. That's right. No, it's all right. I got
it's
one.
It's like in one of the, I don't know if it wasn't Downton Abbey or something, but some like time period piece, and they had like a Pepsi or a Coke in the scene.
Don't you talk bad about Downton Abbey.
I know.
Go ahead.
If you
do your
haven't
thing.
seen the movie. And again, brought to you by
Downton Abbey.
So I'm not talking about things that I need to work on like that. But I was thinking about disappointments or regrets or things I wish I would have done differently. And I mean it in this sense. Sometimes I think I'm very diligent. I can see a task through and all that. But there's certain things that I just realized I didn't put my all in, or I could have done more or done better.
Okay.
One of the things as I look over my life, I'm 52, right? 52. 52. And this goes back 35, 37, 38 years. I remember I used to run cross country in high school.
Okay.
And we are supposed to do summer running. Like I did cross country in the fall and track in the spring. And over the summer, you're supposed to run, so.
Sure.
And I loved running, especially at the time. I loved running. But I did not train over the summer like I should have. And you come back in the beginning of August, school was starting at the end of August, beginning of September. You come back at the beginning of August and start doing the runs. And it's obvious who did the runs over the summer and who didn't, who trained the way they should have. And I always look back, especially there was a year that our girls team went to state. I was an alternate. And I just wish I would have put the time and the effort in to do that, to be. Now, I do not think I would have been the top runner on the team or the second runner on the team, even if I ran all summer. I just, but I could have been on the, they take the, I think, top 5. I can't remember now, top 5 or top 7 or something like that. And I've always looked back at that and wonder, what if I would have just locked in and did that?
Wow.
And piano, I wanted to take piano, and I did take piano for many years. Again, my kids were little, you're busy, you're doing all these things. And then circumstances happen, and I stopped taking piano, and I think, what if I really put the time in and really learned it? Those kinds of things. So I just think I want to, especially now that our kids are a little older, and I want to be accountable to something like that, if that makes sense.
It does.
I want to read more. It was like I used to love reading, and then it was like so busy and whatnot. But I want to be like, you at the beginning of the year or at a birthday, people are like, okay, I'm going to read X amount of books, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to get in shape, or and there's something that I want to find to be accountable to say, if I did put the effort in, what could I become in that? That's all. And so I ask you as my, I want you to help me be accountable to not lose stuff and to clean up or whatever, like not flat surfaces covered everywhere. But I'm saying I'm 52, and we talked about it. We plan to have a lot more years, and many, 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 many more years. But I don't want to get to 65 and still say, I wish I would have, type thing. So that was my share today.
Okay. I'm writing notes.
Okay.
I have thoughts. Number one, I think I finally...
John Quill, I love Downton Abbey, too.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen the new one, go.
Yeah, we love Downton Abbey. Thought one, I just figured out what second runner-up meant, which is great. I'm 52, and I'm like, oh, the second runner-up. Okay, so that helps. The runner-up, the second runner-up. Okay, I did not know that. Did you win? No, but I was the second runner-up. So there you go. Secondly, I do have a response, but I will save it.
Okay.
I will save it for later in the podcast. Okay.
I thought you were going to save it for after the podcast. But
No. I have a response, but so accountability. We need it. You need it. I need it. I've got a response, but I'm going to save it. All right, I'm going to save it.
So I go?
If you have a question, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not going to not come back to what you have to say. It ties into something. Hold me accountable to do it. All right, because I have a lot to say on that.
Okay. Well, we only have no.
No, we're doing great. We're going to do it. We're going to bless each other here in a minute. Yeah.
We are like doing great on time.
Go ahead.
Okay, you're a storyteller by nature, and we know that you. I know, but maybe they don't. You had this experience. You've always been a storyteller. Even before I knew you, I would listen to you teach, and you paint a picture with your words, and you're just verbose, and the way you share things, and your humanity is seen in your, telling of stories. Not even just stories, but just the words that you share. And I was thinking about a memoir. That you're a writer. I know, not an author, a writer. And I was thinking, do you see yourself? There's a couple questions. Do you see yourself doing a memoir? When in your life would you see yourself doing a memoir? Because I also was thinking, so much in your life has changed recently. If you did a memoir, sometimes I laughed. One of the kids said something to us that it was someone in their 20s or something had written a memoir. How do you write a memoir in your 20s? Exactly. But I think about in the last 5 to 10 years, if you wrote one when you turned 40, how different it would be, you know. So do you see yourself when? And
good
then the
question.
last thing, because I think at some point you had, people ask you a question. If you had a memoir, what would you title it? And you had a thought, and I tried to remember. But of course, and you might not have that title because it shifts and changes. So anything like that about a memoir?
Yeah, so I have thought about it. I thought if anybody ever wrote, or if I ever wrote a book about my life, I would want the title to be "I Tried."
That was it.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that is if you've never heard MLK's eulogy, he preaches his own eulogy, which is very strange. They took the last sermon that he did, and he goes into this little part that's not the commonly played part, but it's this part of him saying, at my funeral, don't say that I'm a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Say I tried to clothe the naked. At my funeral, don't say that I'm a recipient of so-and-so, that I was met with X. He said, let it be said that I tried to visit those who were sick. And that's a powerful idea. The other thing, to answer your question about memoir, is when I do memoir, boudoir, I may do. Noir, I may do. But I'm such a baby now. Had I written a thing at 42 and said, well, I'm a third of the way through my life, on some measures, by some metrics, I am halfway through my life by other metrics, let me just sit down and write. I look at the books that I wrote 9 years ago and go, man, so far off. And I'm such a baby in following Christ, in coming into the knowledge of Christ, after 3 decades of preaching what goes diametrically against Christ, even though I was always trying to bring out the truth of Christ, I kept running into the handbook, the manual,
You always not push the envelope. But
yeah, but I was like, hey,
yeah.
maybe we could love like this. And the book was like, well, you can't really love like that, So I don't know. I suspect, and then I don't know who would care.
I would, but
you would care.
I think others would.
You would care, but I would only write it if I felt like I had done something that there was a inside track that no one knew. Then I might say, here's the part of the story, of my story, whatever, that was not public. Here's what I was thinking at the time. Here's the things that influence and shape me. And as a companion to some significant work, if my life was anything significant that made an impact, that made a change, and there was some behind-the-scenes thoughts that might be useful to contextualize that work, then yes, I would. And maybe just for the kids.
I was going to say.
Just for the kids. Maybe the kids read it and they go, oh, yeah, this is really great. Thanks,
I think
Dad.
about my grandfather wrote stuff and things like that. And to have that, would be good. So even if it was just for your loved ones. But
okay. All right. Well, that's a good question.
But the thing was, I knew you had come up with a title, and I had wondered, because I was like racking my brain. What did he say that was? Wondered if you could still use that same title, and I think you could.
Yeah, because I'm still trying.
Yeah.
I still think that, whatever.
Okay.
Don't get me started. All right, are you ready?
I don't know. You always ask that question. It's like I'm in the hot seat.
The show is called Coffee with Her. Mm-hmm. You are her. You are she. You are her. Multiple people from multiple episodes. Here we are, episode 6. Welcome in. Multiple people from multiple episodes over multiple years throughout multiple phases of ministry have all said the same thing about you. And I think that these are my questions. I want to do the her interview. Here's what they say. And you've heard this. Look at the way she stares at him when he talks. Look at the way she talks to him. Look at the way she just encourages and builds him up. look at the way she believes in him. Have we not heard this? Mm-hmm. And I go back to when we were, I think it was an anniversary or whatever, and we were on the pulpit.
It was my birthday. I know exactly. It was one of my favorite clips of us.
And I prayed that song for you and about the cheerleader and everything else. And it was a birthday, right?
It was my birthday.
And I just said, hey, I just want to talk to you or whatever. I think I played it from my phone into the microphone.
You did.
And the comment was, look at her eyes, the way she looks at him. A husband reached out to me last week in private and said, do you know how many men wish they had a wife that looked at them, spoke to them, built them up? Michelangelo saw there and celebrated. Do you know how many husbands wish they had a wife that talked to them that way? But on the other side of that is women who say, do you know how many wives wish they felt that they could look at their husbands and feel the way that she feels about him? Now, that's two sides of the same coin. Man, I'd do anything if I had a woman that looked at me the way Connie looks at you, the way she talks to you, the way I'd do anything for that. And I can imagine there are women who say, well, yeah, I mean, I'd love to be married to a man that when I looked at him, I felt what Connie feels when she looks at him. So it could be you. Look at how she looks at him. It's so amazing. It could be me. Look how amazing he is. She can't help but look at him. But I know the truth. And I know it's you.
How?
Because I know me. I know the wretch of me. So, what is it? People want to know. Why are you so dedicated and so fixated and so sincere in what people say? Just look at her. Look at the way she looks. Look at the way she talks. And I'm saying, I don't want to make it about, well, Mike, I look at you because you're awesome. That's not the point. Assuming that I am the baseline of every other husband out there, why do you show up afresh with love and admiration? You know, the Christian scriptures talk about, I think it's over in Peter, these are all the things a wife should feel towards her husband. Tell us why you show up like that all the time.
Wow. It's interesting because I think sometimes, like, I forget, it's like sometimes we're on this podcast and we forget that other people are watching or whatever. It's not even that I say, I need to make sure I look at him or make him feel that way. Mm-hmm. Or I want him to feel the love and admiration. Yes, I want you to feel that I look at you with love.
Right.
With this, that I think you're the greatest person in the whole wide world. And maybe it's because I do think you're the greatest person in the whole wide world. Mm-hmm. I have flaws, you have flaws, but it goes beyond a person having flaws or how could I look at them when I know A, B, and C. Well, first of all, I think you are the greatest person. You inspire me. Mm. You inspire me. You've always inspired me. I mean, before I even knew you, just to hear you teach and talk and, and I understand that's not everyone's situation, but you also, I tell you, and anyone who watches Sundays, especially the past month or two, I feel like every week I'm like, you give an example of how you impact people on a individual level.
Mm-hmm.
You just go about your day and it exudes from you. And it's kind of like that thing. I'm not even trying. You make it look like you're not even trying. Listen, I try really hard.
Yeah, that's right.
And I told you this the other day. You could walk. There was a valet. We were walking by. We weren't even doing the valet. You walked by. You asked. You just started a conversation. Not even a conversation. But in a matter of 10 words, you impacted somebody's life. I think because you see humanity. You make people feel like somebody has seen them. There was a girl the other day. We were driving by, and she was working a guard gate, and just you could see her light up just because you talked to her. So I see that, and I think you inspire me to be a better me, a better version of me. I don't know if I have an answer to your question.
I don't know, but people write. A guy called me last week. Man, Connie needs to teach a class on how to love your husband. Is that even a thing?
I don't know. And of course, I remember when we were pastoring, and I would do.
I got it. Okay. Don't go back. Do not forget that. No, I'll write down. You keep going. No, I just hit it. Okay.
I don't even know, because we would do like women, wife, mother teachings, or we do in the month of February. You teach the guys, I teach. And one of the things people always said is, women need to learn how to talk to their husbands and not beat them down and encourage. And isn't that a thing? Like, isn't that what a wife is supposed to do? Encourage and build up.
What a human. Yeah.
A human or whatever. Yeah. I think it's just part of me. I try not to make people feel belittled. I don't want my children to feel belittled. I don't want my neighbor or, extended family member or friend to feel belittled. If that's the case, how would I not want my best friend and person in the whole wide world feel built up and encouraged? So I don't know if it's so much that teach people how to do that. People used to say, how did you teach your kids to read, when they were younger? How do you homeschool? I think it's just part of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's an answer.
So here's a thought that I had and I didn't mean to interrupt, but you said something. I was like, oh.
You figured it out.
Here's my wager. My wager is, okay, we know I know the handful of 2 or 3 people that had the wind blown a different way, you might have ended up marrying those people. It's not a big list, but it's the people that flew by, that the even possibility that it might go. I know that list. My wager is that I bet you would look at them the same way you look at me, because that's what you bring to a relationship. But we also know the 2 or 3 people who flew by my radar, women that could have married. And I was joking with you the other day, and I was like, yeah, I'm so glad it was you, not so-and-so. And I realized that's not true. I am glad it was you. I have no interest in building up your ego to say you're so much better than so-and-so. But now it's hit me that I suspect that the truth of who we are is that we would have kept looking until we beheld the beauty in the other. That we would have made room for the other, that we would have brought love and acceptance and covering and molding and shaping and patience and diligence and communication and expression. I feel that that's what I would have brought. And I don't know if it's we both would have brought our A game, and therefore those theoretical marriages would have been the same as the marriage that we have? Or is it because you brought your A game and I brought my A game that it works? But if we brought our A games to a partner that didn't bring their A game, maybe it would not have worked. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It was worth the price of admission. I don't know how much they charged you to get in here today, but do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, it's huge. And I believe, and of course, I sit here almost 25 years to our first conversation.
Yeah.
And I say, I believe it was what do you say? You were my density.
Yeah, density.
But we were supposed to be together. I don't know how else to say that, but I mean,
I think that's what you're supposed to feel, whether it's factually true or not.
I was going to say, if we ended up with somebody else, maybe. But I'm saying, and it just fits. And I think it's the innateness or just what's in us that comes out. That whole thing about, I purpose to build you up. I purpose to love you and make you feel, but I don't say, I've got to look at him this way, or I've got to say these certain things.
It's organic.
That's the word.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to lead into my thing. Let's go back through what we have here.
Some questions.
Well, we have, I can't see. Okay,
you changed it now.
Good Lord. Let me see the background, the edit text. Give me a second here. This is text color is white.
Let's see if we got this.
There we go. It's something about being loved well. What a blessing to be loved well. Oh, yeah. That's it.
Well, I'll tell you. That's funny that she said that, and she'll tell you. I wrote her. I saw a picture of Ingrid and Stephen a week or so ago, and said, that picture made me so happy because I see in the picture and when we're together, I see how they look at each other.
And people say it's not a look. It is a look. The look isn't the thing, but the look represents the organic. I love the way Pastor Mike loves Pastor Connie and vice versa. Amen to that. Amen to that. Heart. Okay, this is good. Heart posture, a desire to be the best wife, love beyond flaws, all of that. That's all that all that comes out. Selfless love. I like selfless love. I love that. And then here, many people aren't best friends. The roles of wife and husband gets old or dopey at times, but you always want to talk to your best friend. You always want to laugh with your BF. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
We laugh a lot.
We do. Okay.
Oh, I guess I should look and see if I have any.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, I got a thing. Are you ready?
I'm looking to see if any people wrote it.
I'm going to close on this.
Okay.
I have made a list, not knowing what your answer was going to be there.
Okay.
And this is why it ties back into the thing. This is 10 things I love about you. It's actually 10 things I hate about you. It's the same list.
I get it.
10 things I love and hate about you.
This is going to be great.
Number 1, I love your relentless positivity. But I hate that it makes you naive sometimes. I love how positive you are and how it's a dog-eat-dog world and everything is great. And then sometimes I'm like, would you pay attention? You cannot just take candy from strangers. What's wrong with you? Number 2, I love your relentless reset. That you greet the day every day. All is forgiven. All is well. The sun has risen. There's brand new mercies. I'm going to take the day. I love that about you. I hate that sometimes I have to remind you. We were in the middle of a conversation and you forgot that we were talking about stuff. All right, you ready? Number 3, your relentless work ethic. That's just something I love about you. You are just diligent and a taskmaster. My mom used to always say about my dad that he was a taskmaster, that he would just lock in and just keep doing it. And I have always been fascinated by that about you. She used to call him she used to call my dad the Energizer Bunny. And I realize you're the Energizer Bunny. You just keep going and going and going and going. And I love that about you. I do hate that though. And I wish sometimes I find myself telling you to stop. You need to stop whatever task you're doing. And now it's 10 o'clock at night. It's time just to watch TV. Okay. Number 4, I love your overall easygoingness. That you're just easygoing. You just, yeah, man, whatever, it's cool. You don't put up a fuss. You don't have to assert your will, your way, but sometimes I hate it because I wish you would want something and say, this is what I want. When I ask you, hey, we can do this, we can go out of town or we can stay in town. Here's your answer. Well, part of me says we can go out of town and part of me says we can go in town. Part of me says we can go out of town because A, B, and C, and part of me says, like, I'm sorry, was there an answer in there? I asked you what you wanted to do. So I love that you're easygoing, but you piss me off. Number 5, your purity and love for good things. We just talked about Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey, Snoopy, Tiny Chef, they all occupy the same space. The same space of Curious George. Good people are drawn to good things, and they want pure things in the world. I absolutely love that about you. I do wish you could be raunchier sometimes. I do wish you could work on dirty talk, because your dirty talk is terrible. It's terrible.
So
it's terrible. I do wish you could watch a scarier movie every now and then. You've gotten better,
and I've eaten spicier things.
And you've eaten spicier things. That's a good thing. But I will tell you this: you love Downton Abbey, you love Snoopy, you love Tiny Chef. Superbad is also one of your favorite movies.
It is.
Okay, so there you go. I like that.
That's kind of raunchy.
That is kind of raunchy. Okay, number 6, and we're coming to a close. We're going to bless each other here in a minute, which means we're going to bless you. Can you believe it's almost time for the episode?
I got some timer going off on my thing.
Number 6, your amazement at me. I really think you're amazed by me.
I am.
And I love that about you. But I also think you can't see how big of a failure and a flop I am. And I think, my God, are you an idiot? Are you depriving some village of its idiot? Look at my life. I've screwed up everything. So that's it. Number 7, I'm working through it. I love how you are with the kids. What you've done to them. Some people are born to be a mom. I think that's you. I don't know. But you weren't, even when you weren't a mom, you were caring for kids. Now that your kids are grown, you're trying to find kids to care for, and all your charity, all your tutoring, and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, I'm amazed. I watch you with our children. The secret bond you have, the secret love you have. That you have this thing where they just come to you and hug you, and they just cling to you, and they're 18 and they're 21, and they just, I need a hug, and I love you so much, Mom, you're so beautiful, and blah, blah, blah. And I think they never say that stuff to me. And that's okay. I love that about you. I also wish you spoiled them a little less. I tell you all the time, take your titty out of their mouth and let them grow up. But Mommy wants to make it okay. Mommy's got to make sure her daughter has her vegetables. Mommy's got to make sure, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's fine when they're 9. When they're 18 and 21, they can get their own vegetables. So maybe I'm not a nice person. I love that you are relentless when it comes to being the hub of our home. I love that you keep the trains running on time. I love that you manage your schedule, my schedule, Olivia's schedule, Mikey's schedule, the finances, my dad, the appointments. I absolutely love that. But also that you would be less task-minded. No. Let me say this. I love that you're the hub of the household. Let me add this in. I love that you never know where your stuff is, but you always know where mine is. How is that possible?
It's true.
Where's my watch? Where's my phone? Where's that bill? Where's that check? Where's that credit card? Where's my jewelry? We found jewelry in the trash can at the curb. You never know where any of your stuff is. And I'm like, Connie, I had a note that I had written on a napkin 5 years ago that was the 7 keys to vertical worship, or to horizontal worship instead of vertical piety. And you're like, look over here. How do you not know where your stuff is, but everything I need, you know where it is?
I have something, kind of a response that I could do it at the end.
Yeah, don't do it.
Do it now?
Yeah.
I realize when I go about cleaning, I go and clean everybody's bathroom or straighten up people's area. And then it comes down to mine and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, you are so full of crap.
No,
did you just lie on this podcast? That is not true. No. Please do.
Tell me what is wrong.
You say the reason your stuff is disorganized is you're busy doing everything. No. Sister, when you were single and you weren't cleaning for nobody, your stuff was... I'm
not saying that.
I walked into your office and it was... Your mother even gave you a picture of somebody's office.
Listen, I know.
Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
No. I know I've been disorganized. But can I tell you, my point is, I try to make sure, okay, he has what he needs.
That's true.
And I just let my stuff go. And that, I'm not saying because I do it. So now
I got to feel guilty.
No, the point was not, I do it for everybody else. I see how that came out that way. That wasn't it.
Okay, try it again. Take 2.
For whatever reason, I make sure people's stuff is together, even though I know my stuff isn't together.
Well, we need it. I love it about you. Okay, number 9. I love how much you love to snug and cuddle.
I do.
I love how much you love to snug and cuddle. I also hate it because sometimes I gotta go.
You're like,
I gotta write. You're a trap, honeypot trap. You're a honey trap. What?
I gotta.
Stop it.
You said you wanted me to run, sure.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, Connie, do you realize I do have things I gotta go do? But up in the bed, fooling around with you, trying to get things going. I was a person. Think of how many years of our lives.
This has been going.
I was up 4:30, but 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock. I'm working, I'm praying, I'm writing, I'm blah 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 blah. And you just, I just snug here. I just feel what this life feels here. So I love that about you. I hate that about you. I love, this is the last one, 10. I love how much you love sex. I love how much you love to snug, but sometimes I gotta go. I love how much you love sex, but sometimes I can't go again.
It's the beauty of being a woman.
Yeah, no, I can't go again. I realized that all the years that I could go 5 times a day, you weren't even present and you didn't even care. Then you had your major deliverance and everything else. And now, if I'm able to do twice a day, it's a miracle. I got things going on. I got stress. I'm trying to solve the world's problems. People are in bad shape. And you're like, well, I mean, if you're into it. So I love that about you. And sometimes, woman, I just can't do it again.
This has been an awesome list.
It
is, first of all, it's what you do. You just take stuff and you articulate it.
This is my life. Number 11.
Oh, you had an 11.
Because of what you said earlier, I said I'll come back to it.
That was a great
You said, well, I want to be accountable. I want to be where I make, thank you, Ty. Somebody says, tighten up, just like a man. Listen to them. They're all on your side. Not Ty. We're not a switch that can be just turned on. Listen, if you want to switch if you want something you can turn a switch on, go over in that nightstand. It's right there for you. You just turn the switch on. It goes nonstop. You probably kill the batteries in that. Oh,
my gosh. Number 11.
I hear you about being accountable. I hear you about skipping summer training. I hear you about piano and second languages and books and all that other kind of stuff. I hear you. I love that about you, that you want to be better. I hate that you can't see how much you do. The kids graduated and you were crying. And I was like, what? You're like, I just wish I would have read them more books. I wish I would have taken them to more things. There were more things we could have dissected and blah, blah, blah. I said, emphasis on the wrong syllable. Look at your library times. Look at the memories they have. Part of the thing I love about you is that you're sitting here going, I wish I could do blah, blah, blah. If I just know if I had, and Connie, I will support you. You want to lose weight. You want to run cross country. You want to learn a language. You want to learn a piano. You want to get more serious about decorating or decoupaging or whatever it is you want to do. I'm here for it. You're kind of a snug addict, which your snug addiction really messes up that part of your life.
Keep me accountable.
Because no, you're not going to get me hooked on snugs, and then all of a sudden you want to get straight while I'm strung out. You're not going to do that. But I will support you, and I will push you more into going and do this. But I do hear what you say, and it makes me sad. Because I don't want you to live your life. I don't want you to live your life with me and feel like you could have been more. Because I look at you and say, what else could a woman do? But if you feel like, no, Mike, my thriving was with others. I've made you great and your life better. I make Pop's life better. I make the kids' life better. And now I'm sitting here. I don't have anything in my life that I don't want you to live feeling that way, because I think all I see, and maybe that's the plight of the woman. Maybe the woman, that's all she does. She gives and gives and gives. No more wire hangers.
You're not listening.
Okay, try it again.
You're not listening.
And then we got to pray.
Okay. It is not, I've given I've cleaned up everyone else's stuff. It is not.
That's why I can't find my phone. You don't know where my phone is or your phone. Go ahead.
I would have done A, B, and C if I wasn't taking care. That's not it at all. That's why I went back to cross country.
But I don't want your life to be unfulfilled. I don't want you to look back and go, on my deathbed, I wish I had done this more.
You're not listening.
But then try me again.
It is not anybody's holding me back. It is not. It's about an inner steadfastness to say, you know what? I'm going to push through and do something. I got
you. That makes sense.
It is not, well, if I didn't have to do for Mike or the kids, or please, if you are taking away from this, that you're like, I don't want to hold you back. That's not it at all. And also, it's not, well, I want to have my own thing. I want us to do things together. You know, we do so much. But it's also, if I sat down at the piano for 30 minutes a day, a couple times a week, I feel like I could really do something with it.
Then let's do it.
That's all. Does that make sense?
Let's find. You tell me your priorities. I feel like I'm in the
season of, that's what,
That's it. And I think that you are really entering the second life. And this is what the next 52 years need to be about. And I'm with you on that, and I'm there. You identify, tell me your list. If it's piano, if it's reading more, if it's whatever, we will start to curb and adjust. Something's got to give.
Scroll on my phone all the time. And
I agree with you on that. That's just life sucking.
Okay, here's the thing. We have our day. We go about our day. We work, blah, 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 blah. We do dinner. We clean up for dinner. And then it's like 8 o'clock, and we're going to come back together, and we're going to watch one of our shows, Traders or whatever. But we have like a half hour.
We should dedicate that time.
But I find myself just scrolling. Now, I like games. I will do my Wordle. I will do that. I don't feel like that is wasted time because I like that. But do you see what I'm saying?
I got you.
But if I took a half hour of that hour and read, that kind of thing.
Then let's make this accountability. I will get your snug butt up, and I will make sure you find a half hour in the morning and a half hour in the evening to work on personal development. I want to learn this. I want to do that because I need that. And I want you to feel better about you because when you feel more dominion in your life, you will, that all of us will benefit. Just like if I feel more dominion in my life. But there's a subtext, and we're going to end here because this is.
I know everyone's like, please, we got to get on with our day.
I promise we're going to pray in just a second. Just give me just 60 seconds here.
Again, I forgot. Everybody's out there.
I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. And guess what? I'm going to make use of it as well. But I feel there's another dimension of what you're saying that I want you to hear. When you finished homeschooling the kids through high school, you were down. And I had to encourage you and remind you of what you had done. That you had gone so exceedingly far, and Kenobi too. You had gone taking care of him. You had gone so exceedingly far above and beyond what a parent provides for their children, what a mother. You worked full time, you wife full time, you pastored full time, you home educated, you volunteered at the school, you did all of these things, and got to the end and said, I just feel like I let down on what I wanted to do. Can you see how those two things, yeah. I'll give you the half hour at night. I'll give you the hour at night. I'll give you an hour at night, an hour in the morning for you to get into the things that you say, I want to do as I, or I want to do as we, all of that. But if the baseline negative track in your brain is only going to end up with, if I had done this.
I hear you. I totally hear you.
That's all I'm
saying.
saying.
Maybe it's, I have to have some sort of measurable objective in the sense of, in this month, I'm going to read a book or whatever that is. Or I'm going to clock in 30 minutes 3 times a week on something or whatever that is. And maybe in that measurable object, and maybe I can't accomplish it all. I'll never read every book I want to read. I'll never do, but.
Yeah. No, I got you.
So I hear you.
Okay.
This has been fun. The whole series has been fun, but today has been extra fun.
This has been, okay, so good. Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Can I bless you?
Please. I I've been waiting all morning.
I speak peace, health, protection, preservation, soundness, abundance, aboveness, prosperity, favor, Zoe, shalom, manifest goodness, nothing missing, nothing broken. On you, your womb, the fruit of your womb, your generations up and down. I speak it over your husband. I speak it over your marriage. I speak it over your family. And I declare it over all those that are connected to you in this life and over their families. Long life, length of days and peace, years of a life worth living, days worth having in peace. Shalom in every sphere. Oh God, I thank you that you forgive all our sins, that you heal all our diseases. We walk free from the curse and chaos of the garden and the curse and chaos of the law. You redeem our lives from destruction. We're free from tragedy. You surround us with loving kindness and tender mercies that pursue and overtake and overwhelm us. You satisfy our mouths with goods, that our youth is renewed like the eagles. Thank you that we live long and strong, fat and flourishing. We bring forth fruit. Our eyes don't grow dim. Our strength doesn't go weak. Our natural force is not abated. Now, all the way throughout old age, even unto death. I thank you for it. Thank you for a supernatural day in the Spirit, fruit of the Spirit, gifts of the Spirit, all seven spirits of God resting upon us, that we walk in them today, that we flow in them today, the spirit of wisdom and revelation and the knowledge of you and of your will. And we acknowledge you, and you direct our paths in all our ways. We yield every endeavor to you. We roll our care and our works over on you. Let our thoughts become agreeable with your will. You open doors no man can shut, shut doors no man can open. Lead us and guide us into your best today, God. We offer our lives to your flow. We offer our lives to your wisdom, to your greater and superior intention and wisdom. We receive the ministry of angels to us and for us as the heirs of salvation. We receive them, keeping us in all our ways, lest we dash our feet against a stone. They bear us up in their hands, lest we stub our toe. The angel of the Lord encamps round about us, our families, and our properties, and delivers, protects, and preserves us. Father, I thank you for it this day and every day. I bind every principality, power, rule of the darkness of this world, and all spiritual wickedness in high places. In the name of Jesus, all of you are bound. I command you to cease in your maneuvers and activities against us. I rebuke you. I declare, stop no more. You have no liberty in any of our lives or any of our families this day or any other day. I declare men are disposed to show us favor and bring good to all our lives and our families. I bind every wicked spirit, every demon, every devil behind any man. And I declare any man that attempts to bless us, I bless. Any man that attempts to curse us or bring anything other than good, other than God's goodness, anything contrary to God's goodness to our lives or our families, I curse what they're doing. I declare it shall not work, it shall not prosper. I declare your mercy on them. I thank you that we're delivered from the violent man this day and every day. Oh, Lord, I pray for our nation today. Just the light of love. The light of love, may it flood from the highest places of power to the lowest places of systemic oppression. May the light of love flow. May people wake up to the truth of God. Help us see, not us, them. Help us see just us and your connection and your largeness. I pray for every elected and appointed official that you give them wisdom, that they'll have an encounter with love, a Damascus road encounter you for them. Bless Pop Hop today, God. We miss him so much. Bless Grandpa Dave and Joe. Just peace on all three of them. Health on them. Peace on our little doggy today, God. That we see him. We see the love that he brings. We see the God goodness that he carries, and he's blessed and healthy today. And Lord, all those who love us, all those who pray for us, all those who bless us, all those who support us financially, all those who lift us and keep us lifted, bless them today. We bless you for them. Peace, light, health, joy, revelation, clarity, comfort, breakthrough, direction and wisdom, guidance, a present word, a lifting word, a way out, a word of knowledge, a word of wisdom, a way to the higher place, a lifting, a laughter, a song. God, we bless them. We speak it over them. We release it over them today. God, I thank you for it. I thank you for all this. We believe we receive it by faith, God. I thank you for my wife. Thank you for this podcast. Thank you for sharing not just these 6 episodes, but every day, coffee with her. I thank you for it, God. I bless you, Lord. I bless my wife. In Jesus' name.
final blessing.
Do me next. Do me next.
Our final blessing of this episode, of this season. Father God, we thank you this day, and I thank you for my husband. I thank you, Lord, for the gift he is to me, the gift he is to our children, our family, to those that we know and love. Father, I thank you for his heart of goodness, his heart of compassion, his heart of empathy, his heart of wanting the world to be a better place. And I pray, Mike, that you feel that you're able to make an impact in each individual conversation you have, but also each thing you have to pour into this world to make the masses and the just generations and the largeness of this world to make it better. And even for generations to come. I bless you this day with health in your physical body, that every part is made whole, that your youth is renewed like the eagles, that you live pain-free, disease-free, just every part restored and renewed. I declare that you have a day of productivity, that you feel that you're in the flow, that whatever you go about doing this day, whatever project you're working on, whatever writing you're doing, whatever is in your heart to come to pass, that there's a flow and an ease and a productivity, and that your soul is satisfied. I pray favor manifest in your life this day, in small ways and big ways. I pray prosperity and goodness and peace, protection, wholeness in every area, that your relationships prosper, and that the things in your heart that you want to get out, I pray that there's open doors to do so, and that those doors are open wide, and anything that you have no business in or anything that would be a distraction, or that those doors close. And I just pray that you have a day full of peace, joy, that you feel above, not beneath, that you feel a lightness in your life. And I bind any stress, worry, anxiety, oppression, or depression, but that your heart is filled with hope, great expectation of good this day, expectation of that good being in our lives and in the lives of those that are connected to us. And that we have all the people, personnel, resources, favor, and wisdom to do what we feel like we've been put on this earth to do.
Yes.
In Jesus' name I
Do you have stuff on your lips?
do.
I can't kiss your lips. But I can kiss all your other parts. I can kiss. I kiss all your other parts, but I can't kiss your lips,
I'm
man.
gonna wash them all
No,
off,
it's
and then you can come kiss
well, it's the price of beauty. You don't get kissed.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's true. We love you all. Hope you got something good out of this.
I've so enjoyed coffee with her.
I have too. Remember, you have questions, you can write us. You can write us there. Remember, if you want to support us, it's a blessing. We live our lives to be a blessing. Thank you for being a blessing to us. You can find it right there, the Cash App, the Venmo, the Michael and Connie support. That's our little ministry that we set up, and that's how we go about the world and trying to make it better. God bless you all. Oh, we got a fur there.
But I don't know. Can I say you have another podcast coming?
Can
we talk about that?
Yeah, so not this week, maybe the following week. I'm
we'll
not
figure
sure.
it, but coming soon.
I'm going to be sitting down with the kids.
To a computer.
It's called Inherent Ignorance, and we're going to be talking to I'm going to be talking to my children, and I'm going to teach them something every week. They're going to teach me something every week, and it's going to be a great, great, great time. That'll be coming up, and we'll get that information to you. They're 18 and 21 now, and they can decide if they want to participate or not, but it's going to be really fun, and you just wait till
you get a little insight into my world.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are my babies. All right. I love you. Bless you all. You are loved, and we'll see you Sunday morning. The church of
day.
Make it a glorious Tuesday, a glorious week. Health, wealth, and wisdom on you. We are so grateful for you. God bless you all. Bye. Pop, we love you.